Hello, Americans, Patriots. How you doing? Well, you remember back in 2004 during Hurricane Katrina when they did everything to try George W. Bush for it all? And I was no George W. Bush fan. He turned to be crap. He turned to be no different than Bill Clinton or Gerald Ford or even his scumbag father, 41. But if you remember, Ray Nagin fled the city. And when he fled the city, all those school bus drivers who were responsible for evacuating those people, those school buses were left there to be parked, to be destroyed by the hurricane. So they figured, well, if the mayor's fleeing, I ain't staying around. Same thing with the police officers. They fled the city because the mayor did. And if you remember, they let out all the inmates in their city jails only so they could come back and do crimes, rob the stores, and start shooting up first responders trying to help people. Ray Nagin also bought a house in Texas just days prior, moved his family down there, and enrolled his kids in the school there. Not many people knew about that because the media covered that up. So, what do you do to cover it up? You blame George W. Bush for everything, even though Ray Nagin fled. And, of course, the governor at the time, Democrat Blanco, who gave the new meaning of deer in the headlights look, was told by President Bush, now you may want to call up your National Guard and prepare, to which her private response was, don't tell me how to do my job, and we didn't because he suggested it to her. And we all saw how that worked out well. So to cover up both their mistakes, they tried jumping down President Bush's throat for the very slow response. Well, there in Ohio, East Palestine, President Biden is finally giving a theme response over 2 weeks after the fact this has happened. And you see the media responding to him? Trying to make the George W. Bush? Nope, they're covering it up for him. And you can say, well, Katrina was Bush's job. No, it wasn't. Disaster relief is to be handled by the local and state first. They're responsible for their areas. That's why we have states' rights, checks and balances, and levels of government. The federal government is not supposed to get involved till after, when they supposedly supposed to provide FEMA assistance or federal help, which is really not even constitutional. But we'll play this leftist game, which they designed. This, on the other hand, the train derailment. Trains go across state lines, which makes it interstate commerce, which means it is the federal government's job for doing it. Big difference. The left don't want to talk about that. I mean, that's how they try to use interstate commerce to tax for this, use gun control for that. That's what they do. It justifies the means with these left-wing nut jobs. But when the left tries to justify his slow response, remind them about whose job it is for interstate commerce. It's the federal government's job. It's not a state issue. Although the state is responsible for trying to help evacuate the citizens and clean up, it's the federal government's job. They took this upon themselves. Just remember that when the left comes at you like that. Remind them about 2004 when the local and state government neglected their responsibilities and tried to blame President Bush. Let me know what you think. We'll talk to you later.